Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Friday afternoon. Leah Lynchide is in for Susan Simon, who's getting ready to MC the big Geo's Garden benefit tonight.
And a good day to be inside watching that, doing this show. It's hot as blazes outside.
And it's now autumn. An hour ago. It's officially fall. It's
Doesn't feel like it.
91 degrees. Ugh. We'll get to the weather in just a second, but here's what's making news this Friday. Russia apparently tried to hack into Wisconsin's voting system. We'll find out what they're looking for.
And the presidents of the U.S. and North Korea continue to call each other names, escalating tensions between the two countries.
And we now know what that awful smell is that has been permeating Madison's east side this summer.
Can't wait to find out.
Can't wait to find out. Let's take a look outside. Record-breaking heat again today. This is Vilas Beach, maybe the last swim. I don't know, you got all weekend, but the weather words, another record breaker. Bob Lesh is in the backyard for us. How hot is it? All right, Bob, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
First at 4, there's new information out this afternoon that Russian hackers tried to break into Wisconsin's voter registration system.
That news just released by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Wisconsin was one of 21 states notified today of an attempted hacking. Wisconsin Elections Commission Administrator Michael House says the attempted hack had no effect on Wisconsin's system nor the outcome of the election. The State Elections Commission was told that Russian hackers scanned Wisconsin's internet-connected election system, likely seeking specific vulnerabilities, such as access to voter registration databases. House says the security provided by the state successfully protected Wisconsin's systems.
The GOP's last gasp health care bill to repeal Obamacare might have received a fatal blow this afternoon. Senator John McCain says he won't vote for the bill in a Senate showdown expected next week. McCain says he can't back it without knowing the proposal's impact on insurance coverage and premiums, and those figures won't be ready by next week. McCain is featured on this week's 60 Minutes episode, telling Leslie Stahl about the moment he knew he was suffering from one of the most deadly forms of brain cancer. You can catch that interview Sunday night right here on CBS.
North Korea's Kim Jong-un launched a personal attack against President Trump today, calling him a dotard and saying that he would tame the president with fire. Incidentally, dotard means weak or senile old person. Mo Olengi has the president's response from the White House.
Tensions continue to boil between the U.S. and North Korea. In response to new U.S. sanctions, the North Korean foreign minister threatened to test a hydrogen bomb in the Pacific Ocean. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said on Good Morning America that all options for the White House remain on the table.
Once we can assess the nature of this threat, the president will make a decision regarding the appropriate actions.
North Korea's Kim Jong-un took aim at President Trump, slamming him for his speech to the UN General Assembly this week. In a rare statement given directly by the dictator rather than state-run media, Kim called the president mentally deranged and threatened Mr. Trump would pay dearly for his speech, calling for totally destroying the DPRK. This morning, President Trump tweeted, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, who is obviously a madman who doesn't mind starving or killing his people, will be tested like never before. The war of words comes after the president announced new sanctions yesterday that further isolate the rogue regime.
If they don't have the funding for the ballistic missiles, for the nuclear production, then they can do less of it.
The order cuts off access to U.S. banks and expands the Treasury Department's ability to target the assets of anyone trading in goods, services, or technology with North Korea. Mo Olengi, WISC News 3.
And President Trump also announced that China, responsible for 90% of North Korean trade, will also impose major banking restrictions, but the Chinese have made no formal announcements regarding the sanctions. School districts around the state are considering the money that they have to spend after the state budget is now law.
Some are lamenting money they could have had if one provision wasn't vetoed. Political reporter Jessica Arp is here to explain. Hi, Jess.
I want you to keep going to referendum.
All right, Jess, thanks.
You're welcome.
A major dam in western San Juan is failing after Hurricane Maria, and buses are evacuating people as quickly as they can. Maria is now a Category 3 storm. Its eye near the Turks and Caicos. David Bagnow has the latest on rescue efforts in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
David Begnaud, CBS News, San Juan, Puerto Rico.
And today, FEMA is supposed to start daily flights with food, water, generators, and temporary shelters. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is also landing in San Juan today with help from his state.
Search and rescue missions continue in central Mexico after the area was rocked by a 7.1 magnitude earthquake. Nearly 300 people are confirmed dead. Volunteer crews are out around the clock digging through rubble to find survivors. Mexico's president says there are likely many people still trapped under buildings. He says rescue missions won't stop until they're found.
Well, there's more to come in 4. What's in a name?
Apparently a lot if you're the new crayon color. The hubbub over Blutiful when we come back.